And good morning from Scotty Ray Candace as we begin Friday morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Doing pretty good.
Got a lot of hair to do today?
Yeah, pretty busy today, so I should be off around 3.
Okay, so run and do what you want to after that.
Yes, today.
Camping?
Huh?
Camping at weekend or what?
No, not. I wish we were, but we got to get our awning fixed on our camper since it was snatched off during the storm the other day. I don't even know how that happened, but it was rolled up and locked, and I guess it just jarred it loose and tore it completely off.
You wasn't looking at this radar when it come across. I know how I done it.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. We had trees that looked twisted, like the limbs looked twisted. So, but anyway, I would like to say today is my oldest son's birthday, Colton Moffitt. He is 18 years old today.
So
happy birthday, son.
You cooking a cake, all of that?
I'm probably going to buy him a cake because I don't know if I have time to cook him one. I might get him some cupcakes, So
There you go. Well, I hope it's a good birthday for him.
I do too.
Let's see. As we're waking up today, let me see a few things that are happening. I wanted to bring up what's going on in Lauderdale. Let's not forget about that. This is happening at the church in Lauderdale. This begins today. Their grief counseling. It will run, 13 weeks?
Yes. It's going to be, it's a support group, though. If you've lost a loved one, and you're grieving about it, you need somebody to talk to about it, or you need to, somebody to confide in about it. Then this is where you need to go, because this will help you a good bit. I mean, it always helps just to be able to talk to somebody.
It does. It'll kick off tonight at 6 o'clock at the church and last until about 8 o'clock. So a little good place to go to tonight. Yes. Also, don't forget the Patriot Ride comes up next weekend. And then right after that, I think, same weekend, it's going to be the 3-Foot Festival. The Clydesdale are coming back to Meridian for that. And that's a neat thing for Budweiser to bring those in.
Yeah.
So they'll be prancing around Meridian with the Budweiser thing behind them. It's always gorgeous.
I think they're going to have a lot of artwork and stuff there, too. I'm excited about it because I want to take my little one to that.
Now, is this what years and years ago used to be art in the park, and it kind of moved over?
That's what I heard, that it's just they outgrew art in the park, and so this is,
got them a new name.
Supposed to be bigger,
Yeah.
I think it'd be neat, though. In downtown Meridian, I think it's going to be really neat.
Gorgeous. Hope you can make it out to that. Let's see. I was looking back on this, and I did not know that this wasn't his name by any means. I'm not a big fan. There's a couple songs that I hear, and I go, that's old Elton. But on this date, 1968, he's on a flight and decides that he's going to go solo, and he needs a name, and he used the 2 names of somebody that was on the flight and came up with the name Elton John. His real name is Reginald Kenneth Dwight.
Yeah, that's not as catchy, is it?
It isn't.
That's not as catchy as Elton John.
Flamboyant is an understatement for this man.
He kind of reminds me of Tweety Bird.
Do you remember the windshield wiper ones he used to have?
No, but I remember we talked about it one time.
Yeah, he was different. But a great singer nonetheless. No matter what his habits were, he was good.
Yes.
Famous birthdays, and they list Collinsville, Mississippi, as his actual place instead of Meridian. I think Meridian says it's ours, but Collinsville on paper I think actually holds the title to Jimmy Ruffin.
Okay.
So Jimmy Ruffin's birthday. And who could forget Gary Cooper? And if you tell me you've never watched this movie, we're going to have another long talk. Sergeant York.
Oh, my goodness. I ain't never even heard of that movie.
Oh, my God.
Sorry,
my.
I haven't. What is my hair doing right here, Scott?
I don't know, but you didn't watch Sergeant York, and I'm hurting. A true story of Sergeant York, one of World War II's biggest heroes. He had a dilemma. He was from Tennessee, and he had a dilemma of when he joined the war that he didn't feel like he should kill. And he didn't want to join the Army because of that. And he went to his pastor and all this. And then he goes and turns out he captures like 80-something men all by himself. Kills 30 or 40, by himself. And it's a true story based on a true American hero. And they ought to show that in history class. You need to go home and watch it like now.
Yeah, I guess I do. I've got a list of things I need to watch.
Did y'all see the I could care less what you're talking about in her eyes?
No, I
saw it.
I just am not a big war movie history person. I don't know. I just never was.
He had the Germans pinned,
was
and
interested in that.
He'd do a turkey gobble, and they'd stick their head up, and he'd shoot them. He'd go, blah, blah, and they'd stick their head up and he'd shoot another one.
Really?
And that's truly how it happened. He was a real backwoods Tennessean that, didn't have a lot of education, but, when he got there, they were making fun of him because he had protested and he was the #1 shot and they didn't quite understand it. It was his
Now,
religious.
I did watch a movie that was similar to that, and I don't guess.
Still Magnolias?
Is that an old movie? No.
Yeah, it was.
All right.
Gary Cooper, yeah, born in 1901. Yeah, it was black and white.
Okay, that's not the one I saw. This was a war movie. It was really good, and this guy had rescued a lot of his soldiers. This was a different movie, but it was a good one too. Yeah, old.
But
look, I'm gonna make it a point to come
Look.
up with a whole bunch of list of this big list of
Yeah.
movies that I'm gonna come and I'm gonna know he ain't gonna know them.
Well, there's a lot that I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just that he was such an American hero that we don't need to let anybody forget who Sergeant York was in American history. Is why I bring that up. Okay.
Well, I'm glad I know it now. 'Cause
Get out of
really,
here.
seriously, I'm glad
She is so lying to me. Oh my gosh.
No, I mean, I didn't know about that, and I respect people like that.
Linda says it was a great movie.
Hacksaw Ridge, Kenny and Mona.
I've seen that. Oh, also on this date,
Maybe that's that was maybe the
What
movie that I
that
was
you
talking
watched.
about. That was a great movie. I did see that.
I didn't really care for that show. That and it was a true story also. That the guy that played Wilson with the ball.
Oh
on the
yeah,
outlet.
that was kind of. I mean, it was pretty good, but I thought, Lord,
It
if
just
this movie
didn't-
don't ever end.
I know it bored me.
I was like,
I don't even remember
Yeah.
the name of that.
I didn't want to look at a soccer ball or a volleyball. What was it? Volleyball, soccer ball? One of those.
Yeah.
I didn't want to look at one for a long time.
Wilson. But anyway, he was also in a war movie where he had to go get some brothers at somebody. It lost me. It was 1998, and this guy was such an influence on country music. Wrote, you've heard of Kentucky Rain, Elvis. Man, this is getting deeper as we go
Oh my
along.
gosh! Sing it to
On a
me.
cold Kentucky night, ask a preacher man where she'd been.
Yeah, I know. I've heard it.
Okay. All right. Eddie Rabbit. Let's get to the meat of this. Eddie
Yeah.
Rabbit passed away on this
Please.
date back in 1998. And what was so strange about Eddie Rabbit passing away was they didn't tell anybody. He was dead, gone, buried 2 weeks before the family said Eddie Rabbit has passed away.
I remember that. I do remember because I remember thinking, what? That was
Yeah.
just weird. Why was that, I wonder?
He died of lung cancer, but they wanted privacy and just did not release the information. And you've never heard of Kentucky Rain?
I mean, I probably have
Gonna give
heard
me
the song.
I'm gonna be like
but
Fred Sanford over here in a minute. I'm gonna have
I'm
a
one
big
of those type people that, I don't know I don't pay attention to a whole lot of the titles of songs, but if it come on the radio, I could probably sing every word of it. You know what I'm
Elvis
saying?
walk in, he'd make women faint.
Yeah.
Did you agree with that? Did you
Oh, he
think he
was
was
a good-
the
yeah, he
hunka burning love guy?
Yeah, I mean, I was little when he died, but he was a handsome guy, yeah.
She's peddling here. Y'all hear this? That's almost like saying Elvis was ugly.
No, he was not ugly at all. He was a nice looking man.
Hey, we had some of these that I may not know. The Mamas and the Papas, I was not real, I don't know much about them. I've heard them, but they had a song called Monday Monday. 1965, Keith Richard wakes up from a dream and goes, I can't get no satisfaction, and he writes it down. He writes the song later, but he wrote that down from a dream. Charlie Rich went #1 with Behind Closed Doors. Hotel California was #1 on this date in 77. And do you remember that Clint Black, Good Run of Bad Luck?
Yeah.
Okay. And then 2002, the Soggy Bottom Boys shipped 6 million copies of that. And I forget how many millions it went on to sell, but that was huge.
Oh, yeah. I remember all that with George Clooney and
Yeah. The album was a huge success.
you want to tell us?
Yeah, let's do some
All
good
right.
mornings to
We
some
want to
folks.
tell everybody good morning this morning, but Milton Savelle, good morning to you, and Galen Bradshaw, good morning.
Allison Nicholson is up also, along with Terry Carter, wishing everybody a good morning.
Donna Sue Peebles, she says, what a beautiful sunshiny day. I got your name right today. And Robin Miller says good morning to us. Good morning to you.
Donna Roseman is also watching, and Linda Culpepper up stirring a little bit there.
Robin Miller says happy birthday, I guess, to my son.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so much. That's so sweet.
Let's see, Philadelphia watching is Lisa. Do you pronounce that Camaro?
Camario.
Yeah, I'm working on that one there.
Miss Linda Culpepper says, happy birthday to my son. Thank you.
All right, Linda Jane is watching us along with Elmer Talbert. Good morning.
Yes, and Miss Linda Jane also says happy birthday to Colton. Let's see. She said that movie was a great movie, Miss Linda, a while ago. Donna Sue says happy birthday to Colton. I wish he could be watching it right now. I know he's at school, but you know they did a walkthrough this morning at the elementary school. They're doing it at 9:30. They're doing it with their cap and gown on.
Oh, like a practice run.
Well, they're walking through. All the kids have made them posters and all this kind of stuff.
So when do they actually have the graduation?
It is the 17th.
17th. Is it outside?
Night. It's supposed to be outside on a Monday night at 8 o'clock.
Where everybody
That's late, isn't it? 8 o'clock. But hopefully it'll be good weather. I hope.
That sounds about right. When Dylan and Madison graduated, it was night on the campus of West Lauderdale. Now that I think back,
and I don't know why 8. Maybe they think it'll be a little cooler and the sun will be down by then. I don't know.
It should be.
But anyway, let's see. Chad Acton said that Hacksaw Ridge are unbroken. I guess talking about that movie I was talking about. That was a great movie. It really was. Miss Carolyn says Kentucky Rain is worth searching for, Candace. I'm going to search for it, Miss Carolyn. I'm going to get it.
With a
I need him to give me a list of things he's going to
searching
pop on
for
me.
You.
Oh.
I was singing.
Oh, okay.
Not that I can carry it to you.
You did pretty good.
No, I am a horrible singer there.
No, you're not. You're not. Everybody thinks they're...
No, I know I am.
Everybody's their own worst critic, right?
If I even hear myself, I quit singing because it's so bad. I can't sing in the shower.
Gail Gafford says it's cool and portable.
It's because she's so far from everybody else there in the backwoods up there, the flat woods of Porterville.
Miss Barbara Vick's watching.
Yeah, thank you. Along with Rosemary Hill and Joe Collins saw the WeTV announcement yesterday.
Yes.
And that'll be happening we'll have the dates next week.
Right?
We think
on the 17th. Okay.
It'll be right around there. We'll get the exact date Monday, and it will run 8 to 9 a.m. Me TV, check it out.
Yep. But you'll still be able to watch us on all these other media sites too. Let's see.
And as far as I know, that'll be probably one of the first television shows where you can actually interact with someone who's live, and it'll be done just like this, but carried on television to where you can talk directly as we're on television.
Right.
Have you ever seen that done?
I haven't. Now, and on podcasts, I've heard people call in and interact like that, but you know.
But this will be so it'll be a little different there.
Yeah. Miss Joyce Godwin says good morning. Milton Savelle. When you gonna get my name right?
Savelle with a
Savelle.
Savelle. Okay, we're getting closer. How about that?
I'm sorry.
See, Chad, I forgot you used to sing.
I remember he was in like a lot of contests.
Yeah, Jimmy Wright
singing contests.
Yeah, I remember when you flew old Doug Supernaw back to Meridian. Been many a year ago.
Let me see.
Oh yeah, Nurses Week. Claudia brings that up. This is Nurses Week, so salute. We forgot to say that yesterday, so a salute to all the nurses that are out there.
We really appreciate everything y'all do. We really do.
And didn't someone mention that the Teachers Week, is it this week or next week that Teachers Week is going?
I think it was this week. Teachers Appreciation.
Yeah.
They had We Love Our Teachers out in front of the school. So there's a lot to be appreciated with these teachers. I mean, they have a lot of patience. I don't know that I would have that. But we thank them for everything they do for our kids.
Yeah. And Milton said that was the right way to pronounce his name.
Oh,
so,
okay.
There you go. As we get today started, the weekend is going to be beautiful. The chances of rain Friday and Saturday, out of there. We get a small chance Saturday night. Monday, you're going to be wet when you go back to work as we dig into the forecast of today. Let me see here. Today, we're going to hit a high of 75. We'll get down to 50 tonight, 82 again tomorrow, but gusty Saturday night. You get some gust going along there. Sunday, it'll be even worse, 25-mile-an-hour gust, but it is sunny. Yeah. So it's a great day to dry your clothes outside on the clothesline. It'll whip them clean. Yeah. That rain chance moves in after dark, after 11 o'clock Sunday night, and then you've got rain Monday morning when you're waking up. So be prepared to have your umbrella ready before you head out into the big wide world on Monday. So that's
I'm so glad it's going to be pretty for Mother's Day weekend, though.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, you know, because a lot of these weekends we've been spending inside with rain and all that kind of stuff. You know.
Sure did. Oh, and we wanted to bring up Tiffany Blue's decor. She drew just a little bit ago and sent us the name of who the winner is, and it goes to
Jan Mosley. You win a $100 gift certificate to Tiffany Blue Decor Boutique. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day.
They had the drawing recorded, but for whatever reason it wouldn't come through. She tried to get it to me, and we were going to play that. Her mother did the big drawing, and we were going to pass it on, but I hadn't gotten it yet.
So if Jan is not watching, or if you know Jan,
tell her
she won $100 gift certificate. Excuse me.
Pretty good deal there.
It is.
Let's see here. As we mentioned, the wreck yesterday was in Clark County that happened around Shibuda for Equipment High School. As we go over to Clark County Hot Topics and go down here, more pictures that came in from the wreck.
Goodness.
But everything turned out okay in the end. It did do some significant damage to the car,
right.
But I think everybody ended up being okay. Mississippi Highway Patrol on the scene, and ambulances, and I think everybody was okay in the end.
Yeah, I'm glad everybody was okay.
But always spooky when you see a school bus involved in any incident.
It is.
And a big thank you to Clark County Hot Topics for sharing those, so we could share those with everybody else there. So long as your picture ain't involved in a wreck, you're doing okay today, aren't you?
I know.
But
I need to quit being in such a rush all the time.
Something in the middle of the road and you can't stop in time.
I know.
That does happen. Let's see some headlines this morning, and I don't know much about golf. Do you know golf?
Not a whole lot. No, I've tried to play it, and I'm not good at it. Not all.
This guy, he's a pro golfer, but I don't know enough about golf. This is at Fox News here, and here's the story there. He was arrested in Orlando, and I believe it was yesterday, for trying to hook up with a 15-year-old girl. And as always, he's been talking to an actual officer for quite some time.
Right. Well, I don't understand why people do this mess.
Daniel Bowling. Does that name mean anything to anybody? Is he?
I've never heard of him.
Yeah.
But, I guess if I was a big golfer, I might have,
Only know one name in golf. That's Jack Nicholson.
Mm-hmm. Well, Tiger Woods,
Oh, yeah, I forgot about him. Just was never my sport. But I know there's a lot of people that eat that up.
There's a lot of things that, I wish I knew how to play golf. I wish I knew how to play tennis. Those two things I would probably enjoy.
Tennis will run you to death. I don't know if you know that or not. You got to run back and forth.
I've watched, yeah. I'd probably be out of breath. I'd probably be up there panting, like about to die. But I have several customers who play tennis and have asked me to play. And I don't know, it might be something I get involved with one day. I don't know. It probably would be good for me to lose some weight. I probably need to run.
I think we all do. After this past year, I put on weight. I'm not going to lie. But you know what? I'm comfortable with it. I've gotten used to it.
Oh, I got to do something about it. I don't know.
I do got to start walking again. I need to do that. Let's see. There was something else that I was going to bring up. Maybe I've got it somewhere else. I don't quite understand all of this, and I think I've got it. Yeah, I've got this. I'll bring this up in a minute. We've got this listed somewhere else.
You got to really, really not get along with your mother-in-law.
Yeah, put out a hitman on your mother-in-law. She, and I don't know where I done with the other one, so I'll go ahead and talk about this. She says she's framed by a best friend, but the best friend has text saying she's going to die. So
why would your best friend frame you to hire a hitman on your mother-in-law? That don't even make sense. This
one does not go into the depth as the other article I've got on it, and I just can't find it. All this about Brett. Remember when the story broke last year? Mississippi Today, Ann Wolf has tried to make contact with him, and he's blocked her. And he did return $500,000. There's still $600,000 that the state of Mississippi has not received after he promised a year ago that he would. There's probably more to the story than we all know, but that's the headlines this morning about this. He was paid last year for that $1.1 million service that he was going to do for the state of Mississippi, and it was never carried out. And his reaction initially was, I have people that handle all this, and if it's wrong, I'll give it back.
Right.
And half of it was given. So we'll wait and see after this comes out.
Federally funded, it says anti-poverty initiative called Families First for Mississippi that was supposed to develop and help people, and it never did. And he was the spokesperson, you said?
Spokesperson. He was going to be the guy that got on there, and I think he done Wrangler jeans one time, didn't he?
I think he did, yes.
Yeah. And, that's how they make their money after they get out of game. And We'll see.
Yeah.
He's been called out again. He responded last time. We'll see what happens this time.
Well,
But
he's always been pretty straight laced, right?
yeah, to my knowledge, I've never.
I hope he can get this taken care of, and it doesn't just like totally tarnish his.
Yeah, and of course, he's got
reputation because
a lot of family here in the Mississippi area.
yeah.
So we do hope that is.
Maybe it was a misunderstanding of some kind, and
Could be.
they'll get it taken care of. Hopefully, it's nothing.
By no means do you want to, and I know a lot of news agencies will get on there and just rip it apart, make it.
But
there could be an answer to all of this.
right.
We'll wait and see there. What was I looking here? I had a story here. No, that's not what I was going to there. We'll come back to this.
I will say I did hear this morning that the college professor who was kind of arguing back and forth with the student about police officers being heroes. You remember
Yeah,
that?
I do remember
She
that.
got suspended. Well, now she has been fired.
They
So,
actually took a stand
They
and
did.
something good.
They did. They took a stand.
And
Because she was, I mean, really, I didn't hear the whole video, and I heard some of it, but because they only showed like a snippet of it. Well, she went on into saying how if she was that women needed to not, like if they felt threatened, they needed to not call the cops. They needed to just handle it on their own. I mean, that's crazy because they said that could really promote a lot of bad things happening in the future for women. So
the bad part is people don't realize you have a child that's normal that goes to high school. They go off to college and they get influenced by these teachers that have way different thinking than you do, and that's all that they're subject to for 4 years.
Well, that's like we've talked about the other day. I mean, everybody has their own opinion, and everybody can give their opinion. You just don't need to push it down, especially if you're an influence on kids, college students, or whatever. They need to be able to form their own opinion and not be bashed for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know. If that's her opinion, that's her stance. But if you're trying to like encourage people to not call the police if they feel threatened, that's not a good thing.
No,
because,
it's not.
I mean, to me, that's putting people in danger.
It is.
So,
Oh, look what popped up. Oh, Kentucky rain. Oh, oops.
Wonder where that came from.
I couldn't help myself. We go to, I am shocked by this story this morning, Atlanta, because she's been such, I didn't see this coming. She is saying that she is not going to seek re-election, the mayor of Atlanta.
Really?
And she was one of the first that was in support of Black Lives Matter, let them have their space in all of this. And now all of a sudden, and Biden went and helped do a fundraiser for her where they raised $500,000. And all of a sudden, she's not running.
I wonder what
That makes you, A, is she going to run for something else? Or B, is there something getting ready to come out that she wanted to backtrack? I don't know.
I'll have to read into that a little bit more.
So
What's going on?
that's headlines across America this morning. That's Atlanta. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's see here. Josh, we hadn't talked about him yet this morning, and it just really gets deeper for this guy. I think he's going to end up getting some serious jail time over this. He was on the dark web doing all this. The place that he's gone to, and this is the Duger guy, has dial-up internet connection where he's at right now, and he cannot get near his family at all.
Well, this morning, they said that he would be staying on the property, somewhere on the property is what I heard this morning. Not with the family, but somewhere near.
Okay.
And he could only have contact with his children if they were in front of the mother.
Okay.
That's the only contact he could have with them.
This is going to get deeper,
So-
and you're going to learn more and more about this over the next few. But boy, that sure took a long time. They done the raid in 2019, and this is 21. 2 years. Why? And think about that. If you were really and truly a bad criminal, why would you wait 2 years to go do something about it? Look what they could do from the time that you found out to when you done it, when they arrested him.
It's just a sad situation because, the sisters and all that were involved in stuff happening when they were younger and all that. It's just sad because, we don't probably know the whole story. And I guess it's a personal thing to the family,
Yeah.
But that's just, it probably went on for a very long time, probably a lot more detailed than what we know. And nothing but prayers for those kids. Because even when you become an adult, you have issues.
You do, and
when something like that happens.
It cost them the show because the daddy, although it had happened, the daddy speaks up. They got their TV show canceled, which was making them tons of money. So that father, Jim Bob, is that his name?
Yeah.
Jim Bob had to have thought something, or he wouldn't have put their financial at risk, and he did.
Well, sometimes you got to set financial stuff aside and deal with. Get to the root of the problem and do something about it. So
apparently they did.
Yeah.
So that's a major thing, and this is also things that go on behind the scenes that a lot of Americans don't know in families. And if seek help if something like this is happening in your family.
Yes.
Because it does happen behind closed doors.
Like I said, people are affected for the rest of their lives. I mean, it really does. So.
Yeah. Let's talk about our friends at Snowden and Company. Have you spoken with Amanda? Are you thinking about selling your home? Before you do so, see Amanda. Talk to the professionals that do this every day. She can help you find your dream home that is out there. They're located on Poplar Springs Drive if you want to drive by, or you can visit them online. Pretty simple there. You can go to snowdenrealestate.com and find them right there. It's a high demand right now.
And it really is. And, you can go to their website also, go to their, look them up on Facebook.
Several ways.
And it shows pictures of homes. You can look at the homes before you actually call them to see if it's something you're interested in. If you're wanting to sell your home, call them and let them give you a estimate of how much your home is worth.
Yeah.
So you don't shortchange yourself,
And, of course, then so many people will see your home after they get a hold of it. They're going to market it, and they're going to specialize Lauderdale, Kemper, Newton, Neshoba, Clark counties. If you've got that home, that's where you need to go. One of many to choose from here that they've got there. They're open today through 5 o'clock. Now, if you need to look at something tomorrow, you can set up an appointment by calling them today, and they'll do that. And then they'll be closed on Sunday afternoon there. Everybody go to church there. But, again, Snowden Real Estate and Company. I left out a word there. See Amanda. She'll help you. You can call them at 453-3937. Certified real estate negotiating expert. Put your house in the hands of the experts there. A lot of great agents that work for her also. Let's see here. The weekend, gorgeous weather. You can't beat all of that is what we're looking for. 75 today. Still a little nippy outside. You have to put on a coat this morning?
I didn't, but my son, I always heat the car up, or my husband heats the car up for us if it's cold, before we get in it. And this morning, he's been going to work, leaving before us because he has to work at the office this week. So anyway, the car was cold. Autumn was like, Mama, it's freezing. And
I was sitting here thinking, I've been married I don't think I've ever warmed Angie's car up. You've got that boy.
I have a good husband, I will tell you. He does a lot for me, and he is telling you. Top notch, I'm telling you.
There you go.
He really is.
I ain't even never thought about it.
He really is. I mean, he heats up the car for me. He heats my coffee up and puts it in a to-go cup for him. I mean, just sweet. I mean, I'm thankful for him.
They've
really.
been married less than...
It doesn't matter. I feel like he's,
Yeah, there's people out there married.
Now, we have our times where we like, I got to
at.
leave the room with you for a minute.
Look, no. There's people that's been married 10 years thinking, yeah, that's going to wear off. Because
really,
it will.
I mean,
he ain't going to warm up your car from now on. Yes, I do. Because you know why? He's a man.
I don't care. Some men don't ever even bother trying to do it the first time.
He did it the first time, but it ain't going to continue. After 20 years, that'll be the father's thing from his mind is fixing you a cup of coffee.
No, it won't.
Oh, she thinks, oh, boy, she's going to be hit with the stick here in a little while. That reality stick.
You know what? This is my belief. Now, it might not last, like as far as him,
warming up the
my
car.
coffee and heating up, But to me, if you just keep respecting your husband or your wife, you got to give respect to get respect. You can't just expect stuff all the time.
It's the newlywed thing.
Okay. Well, if we made it through the pandemic, like the week after we got married, we were stuck together for 2 months straight at home every day. But we gardened and we did all kind of stuff. So I'm thankful though.
Brandy Young said, what a sweet husband you have.
He is. He is a very sweet husband. Thank you for introducing me to him.
We'll see. 3 or 4 years she'll be dragging here going, oh my gosh, you wouldn't fix my coffee.
No, like I said though, we have our times. Everybody has their times where you
that's not what I'm talking about.
What?
Yeah, everybody's got their time. But a man is just not going to continue to do that. There is so many.
But you know what, Scotty Ray?
What?
Maybe you need to start heating up Angie's car.
Why?
Fix her a cup
She's
of
got
coffee.
2 legs.
So do
She
you.
can go right down there and do it. She ain't warmed up my coffee. I have to do it every day by myself.
You need to do it in the morning. Start fresh.
Look, she's got chickens to go take care of, is all I got to say.
Look, after 45 years,
Yeah.
Kathy Bound says that he still makes my coffee.
That's
Thank you, Kathy.
Because after 42 years, he thought he was making his own self one, and then you took it.
No, let me tell you. I do their hair. They are a sweet couple, and that's what it's all about, isn't it, Kathy?
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to, y'all write this down. This is 5/7 of 21. We're going to come back to this in a few years.
Look, she's been married for 42 years, and her husband still makes her coffee every
Well,
morning.
that's sweet. That's,
He puts me a towel and a bath cloth hanging up before I get a shower.
wait a minute. What, we get 52 years now?
52 years, and my husband still does things for me. Scotty Ray, you just got to get on the ball.
Not all men get lazy. She said, well, I never was lazy. I just didn't do it.
Well, no, you need to start fresh. Everybody can start fresh, right?
But I have a circle, and apparently your husband is the only one that does this. You know, the
Really?
people that I know.
Well, he needs to be a good influence on the
Like,
rest of y'all. then.
I ain't never seen Donovan, your ex next door neighbor, go fetch that for Tanya.
I bet he does do things.
I've seen her do it for him.
Well, I think
And,
that road goes both
See,
ways.
then we got the Fitzgeralds that live across the pasture. I've never seen Shannon do that.
Karen said, Fred heated up my car. He was happy I was going to work.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
Maybe that's the trick to this. They're getting rid of you. Just like,
Maybe that is it. You know, maybe when he was going, I got your coffee ready, got your car going. You
Now
need
go.
to go.
you know, I hadn't looked at it that way. That's pretty funny.
It is funny. Hey, look, though, a lot of people tell us where they're watching from.
Yeah.
So if you'll just drop us a little line at where you're watching from, if you haven't already.
Yeah.
Because we'd like to say we have some people in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, all over the place.
All over the place. Seattle. So y'all drop us a line. Let us
Oh
know.
my gosh, 61 years and my husband is lost. Oh no, that's
Still does things for me. Look, I had a
Joyce.
grandfather. I called him granddaddy. It was my
Yeah.
granddaddy and grandmother. He always opened the door for her, always, to the day that he passed away. He drove her everywhere. He would go buy her stuff and bring it home to her, makeup, clothes, all this kind of stuff. He always did stuff for her.
Yeah.
And they married when she was 15, and he was like almost 90 when he passed away. And he always did that. Now, did they get along all the time? I'm sure not, you know. But
Look
still.
at that last
you know.
comment there.
Linda Jane, I married a Scotty Ray. We got to get you.
I'm good to Angie now. I'm extremely good.
Oh, he is good to
She
Angie.
is so happy to be married to me. She don't know what to do right now. Counting her blessings.
Look,
What?
I'm gonna have to coach you.
Well, but I grew, and a lot of people, I do things, it's just not those things
Okay.
of warming up cars. I mean, you never heard of such.
Don't you know that that's a good feeling though when somebody does just the little things is what means the most. You ever
okay.
heard that?
No, but
The
I'm going to think on
it's
it.
the little things in life that mean the most.
Okay.
It is.
It
really is.
It's a
though.
newlywed bubble
I'm not
she's in.
joking. But I like to do things for other people, not just my spouse. I mean, I like to help people out. It makes me
Right.
feel good. It does.
If you ever have that urge, I like coffee with two little things of sugar and some cream.
Okay.
Just in case you get that good feeling. As we move on to our next story, Twitter shut down Donald yesterday. One of his people had set up a @DayGT desk account for his new thing.
I'm just appalled.
Yeah, they
I'm
shut
so
it down.
Surprised.
Yeah, that was not going to make it. If you didn't know. Let's see here. This is coming up by next Wednesday. I think they're going to get rid of her, and I think a lot of people are happy over this. Liz Cheney, who voted to have Donald impeached. She's been, of course, look who her dad was.
Well, she's
but
the party chairperson. I mean, you would think that she would be a little more for.
yeah, they're going to vote her out as the third top-ranking Republican probably next week. And then what is most likely coming is she's up for re-election in 22. All hands on deck. She will not go back in. That was the no-no that she done. She knew better.
Well, yeah. I mean,
In reality, she's really a Democrat posing as a Republican. And there's a lot of those. Mitt, did I say that out loud? Is it just so few people? I don't know much. He's from Utah, right?
I think he is. Yes.
And I mean,
I saw where somebody was harassing him in the airport. Did you see that?
did.
Remember that time he was sitting there and I mean, they were just really they were on him about something that he had said or did or didn't do, or I don't know.
It may have been about the Donald Trump thing, and they jumped on him. But he's a very wealthy man. Do not think that he's just some guy that worked in the grocery store. He's a wealthy man.
I saw him. I think it was him that got booed off the stage. Did you see that?
No, missed it.
He was. I want to say he was in his own home state, and he was speaking on up at the podium, and I'm talking about they were booing him off the stage, and then he mentioned Donald Trump, and he mentioned how he didn't. It was obvious he did not care for him, and his choices that he made. And I'm talking about they booed him off the stage, and a guy had to get up who was like, I guess, heading up the
MC
speaking thing. Yeah, he got up and went over there and said, "This is what we were talking about. Show respect," And so even after that, they ended up booing him to where he just walked off and went and sat down. So I don't know. He said he's always been a Republican. And, I guess, people can disagree with Donald Trump. They ain't got to agree. I mean, a lot of people disagree with him, and that's fine. I mean, we hear, if we say something for him, we always probably, usually get a comment.
There's always somebody
negative about it, and they don't like him, and that's fine. There's a lot of people that don't like him.
Because he's done some things I didn't agree with.
Right.
Everybody,
like we said, everybody has their opinion.
But he is just Donald.
He is. He is. It is what it is.
I bet he don't be fetching her no coffee up in the White House.
Yeah, I doubt he's a coffee.
Do you remember watching the movie Shooter, Mark Wahlberg?
Uh-huh.
They put this out yesterday, and I just can't imagine him. I can't imagine being an actor having to gain weight or lose weight for a role because, number one, I probably would never be able to lose it.
8 meals a day.
He's having to put on weight for the next movie that he's going to do.
Oh, good gracious.
And I'd never lose the weight after I put it on for that role.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't because I can't lose it.
But just like last night, I had ate something, and I thought, well, I want one more piece. And then I ate about half of it, and I immediately got sleepy and knew that I shouldn't have touched it, that I should have stopped where well enough was good.
Yeah.
And
I do that.
I had to go up and get seconds myself.
I've always heard if you'll drink a glass of water before you eat.
Yeah.
And wait so many minutes before you start eating.
You might not want
you won't eat as much.
Tidbits from Candace this morning there. I don't understand how they could even come up with a headline like this or prove this. A lot of this stuff when it comes with COVID, I think somebody just typed up something and passed it out. But they're saying that bald men are 2.5 times more likely to suffer a severe COVID attack than a full-headed guy.
What in the world? Why would that even matter? That's crazy.
It doesn't. I've seen it on both sides of the fence. Get it? So don't believe everything you read. Is all I'll say about that. I really don't. I don't trust all that.
Yeah, I don't have to read into that. That's kind of odd.
It is. Let's see here. We keep bringing this up. If you are a criminal, do not do a DNA test for genealogy sites. It's just is not going to work out for you.
But I wonder if that's where they're getting the DNA from, because I mean,
right there, genealogy database.
I know, but where else would they get it from? Could they get it from somewhere else?
You would have.
Can they get it from if you give blood or if you?
Well, a lot of murders, if they're on a stakeout and they need somebody's DNA and they set a cup down, they can get the cup and then do a swab of the cup.
Right.
But this is readily available. You look up their name and there's their DNA on these genealogy sites.
Okay.
And if you're a criminal, again, don't be doing that because they will get you. Another Ohio man here charged with a cold case murder of a teacher from, 26 years ago. Thought he'd gotten away with it until he hooked up and gave his information there.
I don't understand. I mean, I know you have to be mentally something not clicking right to murder somebody and then just go on about your business like you've not
Doesn't faze them.
Like you ain't done a thing,
Well, that's how some people can tell a lie to someone. Look them in the eye, straight in the eye, and it never blink.
Oh, yeah.
Because they become that, a cold-blooded killer, liar, cheater, whatever you want to call that. And they sleep good at night because they don't see themselves as doing anything wrong.
That's the scary part.
Us normal people that have to get our own coffee have consciences.
I know, and my gosh, I don't know. It's just crazy, Scotty.
But that's in the news there. What is this about the little-known? I don't know much about washing machines, but it says a little-known part of your washing machine you need to clean every 3 months. An Australian mom has shared her method by keeping her washing machine running to peak performance by doing this.
I do the cleaner. I've never heard of this, but I don't have a front load washer. I have a top load. I tell you though, I do not like these new washing machines. I don't know if y'all ladies feel the same way I do, but or men, but these new like washing machines that save on water or whatever, it doesn't even. I don't even see how it gets the clothes clean. There's no. I've opened it up in the middle of a wash cycle.
Yeah.
And I don't even, there's not even hardly any water. All I see is suds, and it's just kind of. I want one of those old ones. We're fixing to buy a new washer.
With crank?
Yeah, I'm going to get one that's got the agitator that fills up with water.
I did not know that they had a filter washing machine.
I didn't either.
So, well, we all learned something this morning.
I wonder if all of them do.
Our new one, you have to push a button and you have to wait 3 seconds before you take your finger off. I would rather have that crank that it comes on automatically.
Yeah, a lot of things are computerized and all that, but
they even got refrigerators now to tell you what the temperature is outside.
Really?
They do.
I know they have refrigerators that you can look. They have some kind of a thing that connects to your phone. You can look while you're in the store in your refrigerator. Right.
Pictures inside. I don't want to see what's in there. It's scary.
It's weird. It's really weird.
Yeah, that must be that refrigerator was $8,000. I told Angie, just keep right on going. We don't need to look at that. I bet you that's one of those high dollar ones.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like if you don't know what you were supposed to get, just click onto and it'll be like the inside of your refrigerator you're looking at.
Wow.
On your phone. It's crazy.
And what happens when you go pick you out a puppy? And there's a lot of people, whether they got the puppy as a puppy or a dog that was full grown, that go to work, leave the dog at home, and then come home and you go, oh my gosh. And then you
they
start
have anxiety, like where you leave them. You know, I knew somebody who their dog did that. And
this is what the dog looks like here. He's
a pit bull.
Tore the house up. Look at the couch.
Oh my goodness, that would be horrible to come home to. Yeah,
and we all know what couches cost.
That would be awful.
But look at the door.
This door thing. You know, a lot of doors are hollow on the inside, like interior doors.
Yeah, and that's what that is.
Yeah, and so they're kind of like almost like a cardboard. It feels like when you know. I knew somebody that their dog, it was like a little Dachshund, and that thing had anxiety disorder. When they left it, it just went crazy.
Yeah.
And they put it in the bathroom one time, and it ate its way through the door. Seriously.
But look, I mean, that's an expensive mistake there.
Poor thing, though. You know, it has, obviously, it's got some kind of anxiety.
Woo.
I'd be giving it a melatonin before I left or something.
But, you know,
I think you can do that.
And there's another group of people now that because of the technology that you can look at your house from cameras at work and then talk to your pets through a microphone.
Yeah, I did. I saw that on Shark Tank. Somebody had invented a thing, and I forget what it was called. But you can talk to them, like, and it kind of.
Right.
I guess it makes them feel.
And the sad part about technology also is when your wife leaves to go to town, you go, yeah, I'm going to fix that, and then you don't move off the couch. They can look at you while they're gone now. So our whole world has been changed with this technology thing.
So does Angie have like a speaker that says, "Get up"? What are you doing?
It's just like that happens a lot, y'all. I'm not lying about that. Let's see here. Shares of these two vaccines, and I can't pronounce the words there. It's
Pfizer, Moderna.
Yeah, Pfizer, Moderna. Harry and Meghan are on the Biden train of giving this, and I don't know what to think about this because the companies had to invent this. They spent the money on research to do it, and now they want them to give away what they've got to other countries. Stocks and shares are plummeting today over this in the companies. And I don't know. I understand that there are other places in the world that need help.
Right.
But also, these people put their money into it. How do they? I don't know what's right or wrong in that.
Well, I think you need to take care of your own. Make sure everything in your own country is completely, you know.
And maybe
before you start giving it away, because then what if you have a shortage, and then you can't take care of people? I don't know.
What they're actually wanting them is to give their ingredients to other countries where they can make their own.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, this company patented it, made it.
Oh, okay.
So maybe Meghan and Harry and Biden should just come up with the money and buy it for them.
Maybe so. Okay.
But really, I don't know the answer to that, what's right, because it is countries that don't have the capability of making.
Well, yeah.
So
I'm not saying don't help other people. I'm just saying.
But we got to take care of America first, bottom line.
Yeah. Yeah.
But on the ingredients they're giving away, it'd be like the secret formula to Coca-Cola.
Well, what
Would
happens
you
like
give that
if
to
you
somebody?
if it's patented, you give your like ingredients away or your recipe or whatever you want to call it, but you give the formula away to somebody else and they alter it in some kind of way. Are you responsible if something goes south?
Good question.
After they've dulled it out, because they didn't do it exactly how it was supposed to be. I mean, to me, it'd be better if they just manufactured it and shipped it out, sold it to other countries or shipped it out or whatever they do. I don't even know. I wouldn't trust somebody else with the formula.
Yeah, I agree with
That's
that.
what I'm saying.
Sad news, and this goes on every day across America, too. If you know somebody that is broken up with somebody and they seem a little iffy, you might better talk with them. Niagara Falls, a 19-year-old has jumped to her death. She called him 66 times. He didn't answer, and then she sent him a text, and I think I'm going to kill myself, and she did that. That's a picture of the young lady there. There's always a better tomorrow. Even if you've been married for quite a while, you'll get over it. It may take a little while there, but that's sad to hear that even happened now. Yesterday, a 6-year-old, you seen that? A sixth grader took a gun to school. You seen this? Shot a few people.
I did last night. I saw that.
And the janitor was also shot in this. This is the school that it all went down yesterday.
And I mean, this is obviously the gun was not locked up.
Yeah.
Where, if you have children in the house and you have guns.
Put it where they can't get it.
I'm not saying don't have guns, but lock them up, right, to where the kids they're not available to them to pick up,
Yeah, and this is just one of those ironic things that happened. A guy that was attending AA goes to his meeting, he leaves, and is killed by a drunk driver. Boy.
It's awful.
This is the gentleman who hit him, and this is the guy that was trying to get over it. But that happens in America every day also. Let's see here. What happens when they raise your taxes and you're trying to... And sometimes the government will not listen to you. And this is what happened, and this was in New York. A 94-year-old lady gets her taxes. They've skyrocketed because they've listed her as dead and took away her homestead exemption. And she's up arguing before him going, I'm standing here, I'm not dead. 94 years old.
Good Lord.
So bless her heart, she's trying to get her taxes back down. And I've heard of that happening. There'll be a boo-boo. It's boo-boos. Because those taxes, because you get a break after 65. Yeah. And then whoever inherits your land will get that higher rate there. So you might, let's see. I don't know if I believe this, because you take the medical experts that are out there, no matter who you are, when you go into the hospital, they're gonna wait on you.
Yeah.
But the article says that men are treated faster than women with chest pains in hospitals. I cannot believe that.
Yeah, I don't know. Now, I have heard, I don't know about the treated faster, but I have heard women present a lot different symptoms than a man. I've heard that women can have like back pain in the center of their back, and stuff like that, where, it's different on a man, possibly.
You wouldn't think of a back pain being related to a heart by any means.
Maybe I don't know.
Maybe that's it.
Women are a little more misunderstood at times, but maybe they think they have something else wrong with them when it's actually a heart attack.
Right.
I don't know. But I mean, I would hate to know that was happening.
Yeah. Okay, and a funny that happened yesterday. Have you seen this of the senator from Ohio?
I heard it this morning. I heard a little bit of it. I just was listening. I didn't see it. What they were talking about.
He did a Zoom call, and he's supposed to be in his office, and he makes a fake background, but he's driving so he can go to wherever he's wanting to go, and the seatbelt gives him away. As you go to this...
I haven't seen it.
Here's the headline there: driving while on Zoom, Ohio State Senator is busted for using fake office. And here's the picture there, and the seatbelt gave him away.
I mean...
Yeah, that's...
But it was. They said he was. I heard them saying he was looking left and right.
Oh yeah, here it is. As you pull this up, there it is. See?
I mean, wouldn't you put the seatbelt like underneath your arm if you were gonna try to deceive somebody?
Yeah,
he went to the trouble of doing the
both
background
were
props.
in their 60s.
He didn't think that one through is what it all
Yeah.
amounted to.
Yeah, don't do Zoom calls while you're driving down the road.
Hey.
Not the smartest decision.
No, pull over, wait a little while there, and go to it there.
Right.
See, LaWanda said heart trouble in women is not taken as seriously. Men are always considered as the breadwinner. Never looked at it that way. But I would think if you go to a hospital, they would be all over it regardless of
Well,
who,
you
what
would hope. Yeah, you would hope that they would. Of
Because
course, I'd be in there going, I'm not.
usually men's threshold of pain is not as high as women. Now, I think that is a proven fact.
I do. I've always said I had a high tolerance for pain until I went to the dentist the other day.
Yeah.
No, I really have. But in my, like with my mouth, my teeth, we went through all that the other day. Though. We ain't gonna get on that bandwagon today.
Brandy Young said there's a little truth to that of working around people with that. Men are treated faster because of the pains that they say they have, and then a woman's may not be where.
Right.
But everyone's treated the same, she said, and I do believe that. Let's take a moment and talk about our friends at Masterflow Plumbing. If you need some plumbing, they will definitely do this. They take care of a lot of things when it comes to drain. If you've got a problem underneath your home, they'll crawl on it, tunnel it out, fix it, put it back for you. And they do this from the Gulf Coast all the way up to the Hattiesburg area. Here's that scene of them doing a front yard, some broken pipes that have happened across the front yard. They can also, here's a line that they had to replace here. And if you'll notice there on the side there's the old metal line that used to run from the front all the way to the house there. Had to be replaced because they rust out. That does happen there. Here's another shot of tunneling underneath the home, and there's the pipe. See how that becomes after a long time? And a lot of homes have that plumbing underneath them, and it will wear out eventually. But they got under it, and there's to the left there's the old pipes there of what they look like, and they corrode. You have these problems with the slabs, also getting faucets replaced. That's a thing that is pretty common. After 10 or 15 years, they wear out. Need your drains cleaned? They can do that for $125. No service charge, flat $125, and they'll guarantee it for 60 days. Water tanks, and something else that they do also is tile. If you're needing your bathroom when they come in, there's a problem, you want to have it redone, they can retile everything. Look how good that turned out.
That looks really good.
Here's a picture of a shower that they done also of the end work there. Looks pretty good,
It
doesn't
does. It really looks good.
Masterflow Plumbing, they can fix your tile there, do it all at one time in your bathroom. Whatever the case is, they've been doing it for 36 years. Talk to Galen and his gang. They'll help you, gang, or employees. Maybe that's a better word. 228-870-0471. If you need anything when it comes to plumbing, they do all of that for you there. Let's see here. What were you fixing to say?
No, I was just thinking about when we were talking about them getting under people's houses and tunneling, redoing the pipes and all. I mean, we don't think about, like, how hard that probably is. I would be so claustrophobic up under. I couldn't do it.
And, I'm pretty sure when it comes to plumbing, there's some times that there could be a odd smell that may not be wonderful.
Or, I mean, even getting under people's houses, that's dangerous.
Big old snake waiting on you.
Yeah. So, thumbs up to them because, I mean, we appreciate people like that. I mean, we don't show appreciation enough for people that do things.
That's
like that.
right. We go to Nebraska for the next story here. Wrecks happen all the time, but it's sometimes what's involved in the wreck. An ex-cop who was smuggling drug money was in a wreck yesterday, and they found $570,000 of drug money hid in the car.
My goodness.
Again, this was in Lincoln, Nebraska. He had a head-on collision there. They found it.
It looks horrible, too.
Yeah, it's probably not going to work out well for him in prison of the people that he sent there. And probably the cartel is upset over their money being gone. They don't get over $500,000 normally.
That's awful.
And I have never heard of this happening whatsoever. I know that soldiers go off. They've been at home all their life. They go to basic training. They get a little homesick. But never so bad that they go out, take a gun, and try to hijack something to get home. And here's the headline from it. Homesick Fort Jackson Army trainee armed with a rifle hijacked an elementary school bus, threw all the kids and the bus driver off, and then dropped the gun and ran, and he was arrested.
He wanted to get home quick, didn't he?
Yeah,
Bad.
that's him. And, here's the video of him coming home.
Goodness.
He's carrying a gun, and
Oh, goodness.
all the kids get off the bus, and
That's not going to end well for him.
no,
At all.
he's going to have some serious charges. That's 18 kids, guns.
Yeah, at gunpoint. Yeah, I mean, it's kind. I don't know if they could get him for because he didn't kidnap them, but I mean, taking them.
AWOL is going to be one of the
Right.
charges, and then gun. Oh yeah, it's a list of
awful,
charges that is coming to him for quite some time. He'll be spending some time. He ain't gonna get to see Mama after all.
Goodness.
Is the moral to that story. Think about what you do before you do it. Is what we're trying to say, right?
Right. Mm-hmm. And you know, there's other options. I mean, if you're like, I'm sure you can make a phone call home. You know, I don't know. Maybe there was something happening that nobody knew about at the, you know,
Right.
he was trying to get away from. I don't know. Maybe he had, what do you call it, anxiety disorder?
Could be.
You know.
Did we leave off? If you've got a community event going on, we hadn't heard from you. Post that so we can pass that along to everybody. There's bound to be another big event coming up this weekend that I'm not aware of. We're into May officially. I would call this. I don't think they call it the first day of summer yet, but when May comes, it is definitely summertime.
Oh yeah, it's fixing to get hot. Hot. I hope your air conditioners are working well.
Because you will need it. If not, talk to Sanders. They can come out and tune it up there for $69.95. Clean out those coils, get it working good for you there. And I was there yesterday.
Yeah,
And
I got to go there today. I have to pay for our gas that we got.
yeah, say hello to everybody for me.
I will.
And don't forget, if you're still needing a generator, they're taking names and getting them in as quick as they can.
I've had a lot of my customers, you know, say that they want to get one of those Generacs. So, and I do want one. We've got a generator, but it's the older kind.
Yeah.
You know, I want one of those that
Turns on by itself, you
right.
don't do nothing.
We talked about that the other night, because the other night we had a lamp and 2 refrigerators plugged in. that was and the hairdryer that I threw the fuse thing on the
Yeah,
strip.
while I was there, two people came in and bought generators while I was there. You know, the common thing is I'm just don't ever want to be sitting in the dark anymore, wondering when my power is going to come back on.
Right.
It's worth it to me, and they'll make you a great deal on that. By the way, see Chuck, great guy. They'll come get you hooked up there. Let's see here. What else is I guess that kind of summarizes everything that's happened. Don't forget, we're coming to Me Television before long. That's going to be here in Meridian. And as we do that, now this will still continue the way it is. We'll be here
Right.
every day. You'll be able to interact with us while we're on TV as well. And
We're
lots
just
of
going
things
to be
going on.
30 minutes earlier in the morning
Yeah.
than what we are now. It'll start at 8.
So you may have to wake me up.
No, I don't really. No, I'll be running even faster trying to get here. So the good thing is, I think school will be either getting out or out soon after that, so I won't have as much traveling to do in the morning.
And yeah, that having to be in so many different places.
Yeah, I feel like I go around the world before I get here in the mornings. So anyway,
You've worn out 3 cars since you've been coming here.
I mean, no, but I tell you, I put some miles on that the new one I got. So.
I told her to drive the old one, but no, she wouldn't do it.
Well, my daughter has my old one now. So.
Okay, now you got an
Yes.
excuse.
Right.
All right. Well, we thank each and every one of you for watching this morning. It means a lot to us. Thank
Yes,
you.
it does.
Always remember, when bad weather breaks out, I'll be here to give you street-by-street coverage as rain and things come in. Possibly a little bit of rain and stuff coming in next week, and we'll be here for that also. Candace, I hope it's a wonderful weekend.
Well, I do too. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful weekend. You can get out in your yard or just spend time with your family, because we've missed that for a long time.
We
you
have.
know. So seems like things are getting a little bit back to normal, or some kind of normal.
Right.
So, and I'm thankful and happy for that. So we do hope y'all have a wonderful weekend though, and a blessed weekend, and everybody stay safe.
All right. I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning to give you your weather forecast for the weekend. We'll see you then, and thanks for watching.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by